Hello, it's Gwen Davis with Mind and Body Fitness Connections, here to continue my series on the myofascial meridians. And today we'll specifically be talking about the superficial front line. If you haven't checked out any of the previous videos, be sure to go back and watch the introduction, which will give you some of the basics. You can go to the Mind and Body Fitness Connections Facebook page and look under the videos section to see the different sections and parts. Today, Jahaven is going to be with me, and we're going to be, like I said, demonstrating the superficial front line. First part will be on some massage techniques, and then we'll do a second part that'll get into some of the exercise techniques to affect these tissues. So getting right into it, we'll start with the top of the foot. The superficial front line is made up of the toe extensors here at the top of the foot into the anterior tibialis here at the front side of the leg. Houses the patellar tendon, and then the quadriceps, particularly the rectus femoris. And then attaching at the pelvis here, you've got a second group that starts here at the pelvis, extending up to the top of the head. So that consists of the rectus abdominis, part of the abdominal groups, the sternalis, the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and then up into the scalp fascia. So I'm going to start here with some holds and some thumb walking. So you're going to do a combination to affect these tissues of the myofascial holds and, like I said, the thumb walking. So we're going to start here at the top of the foot, just separating out the tissues, and you really just go between each metatarsal and work your way to the ankle. And you just feel for any areas that are tight and just try to separate out those tissues. And to give you a little bit of background on the superficial front line, the postural function is to really keep the body upright. So the muscles that we are affecting in this group tend to extend forward of the gravity line. So kind of like my trunk is flexed forward right now. That is tension in the superficial front line. That's the postural function. And then the movement function is actually hip flexion, so bringing the knee up towards the chest. And then trunk flexion, like I said, coming forward. And also then knee extension, which would be kind of bending the knee back this way. So those are some of the movement functions of the superficial front line. Whenever you're looking at someone before they get on the table, it's always a good idea to look at their posture to see what really is being affected when they're in an upright state, so you can see where the tensions are held in the body. And signs that there are tension in the superficial front line would be if they have a forward head posture, so if they're kind of extending the neck out. If they tend to flex forward at the trunk, so if their whole body flexes forward, like we already talked about, and then also if their knees lock out, that's another sign that there's tension, and you would want to do some massage and or stretches to help affect these tissues. So right now I'm just working with some thumb walking into the anterior tibialis group. And we would extend that up then to the patellar tendon at the knee. So one of the good ways that you can see what's going on at the knee is you just push around on the patella. It should be very free moving. If it's not, then you want to definitely do some thumb walking to help, and also some cross fiber friction to help break that up. Then moving up to quadriceps. Just going to, again, thumb walk. You want to separate out. You've got 4 muscle groups in the quadriceps. So really with that rectus femoris in particular, you're wanting to separate out the medial and lateral fibers and really make sure that you've got some movement there in the rectus femoris. Then we would go ahead and extend up to the abdominal group. Now for this really, you're not going to do the thumb walking on. This will be more of the holds. And so you can actually just kind of pull the hands apart, so you're just pulling this way or pushing this way to help separate those fibers out. And then in the sternocleidomastoid, I do what I call the rolling, so you're going to roll back and forth. All right, so that really tells a little bit about the superficial front line.